Welcome to Liverpool Show with me, Megan Scully. Delighted now to be joined by Matt Packer of Eva International. How are you?
Good, thanks. Thanks for inviting me on.
Thank you so much for chatting to us. I know you're super busy at the moment. Tomorrow is the day that it all kicks off. Eva International Festival running until the 15th of November.
That's right.
So absolutely jam-packed. But first of all, for those who don't know, what is Eva International?
So Eva International is a program of contemporary art that takes place in Limerick City across different venues, including City Gallery, including the Hunt Museum, the Sailors' Home, outdoor venues and online. We're an organisation that has a long history in the city. We've been going for about 40 years, and we work with contemporary artists, both local, national and international.
And I think for those who maybe haven't seen much events, they'll definitely know the logo because you always see the Eva International stickers and the signage all around the city and county, which is great. And I think that's always so powerful because every time I see it, I'm like, and that's the whole point, is to raise awareness.
That's good to hear. Yeah, I mean, obviously contemporary art has a very particular audience, but we're very much an organisation that's really trying to speak to as many people as possible, and we work as hard as we work very hard just to get the message out to the broadest possible public.
And of course, I suppose this year things are a little bit different in that, numbers are limited when it comes to events and venues, but there are going to be some venue-based events happening, and then there will be others that are online. Can you talk us through some of the key events that will be taking place over the next couple of weeks?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'll say that, I mean, we're having to do things in a very different way. Eva is typically, a large-scale program taking place across, numerous large-scale venues. But because of COVID and because we're an international organization that relies on transport, mobility, all of these things that have become impossible under current conditions, we've had to completely rethink the program. So what we're doing is we're launching phase one tomorrow on Culture Night up until the 15th of November. And then phase two and phase three of the program are going to follow in 21. So in phase one, we have 12 projects by contemporary artists. These include works by new commissions by artists like Laura Fitzgerald, Emma Walsh. We've got an outdoor work, a site-specific audio piece by an Albanian artist called Bora Barocci, which is a work that invites you to look over at the Kurragawa Falls, and it's a work that kind of reimagines the river of the future. There's work in the Sailors' Home on O'Curry Street. This is if you don't know that building, it's a very, very beautiful piece of architecture, and in there we have video installations, large-scale video installations by an artist from Kosovo called Drija Antonelli, as well as new work by Dublin-based artist called Anya McBride. So we're really packed out. We're launching tomorrow as part of Culture Night with a commissioned video that is being directed by Hallway Media. And it's a video that includes 3 commissioned spoken word performances by Merle, by God Knows, and by Hazy Haze. And that's something we're going to be broadcasting on our social media from 7 p.m. On Culture Night. And then it's going to be available to view thereafter. So there's lots to get excited about.
You've mentioned some incredible artists there, and I know God Knows, and I know Hazy Haze from Limerick and from various projects. So I think that is a really exciting way to kick things off.
Yeah, no, I got a glimpse. I got a bit of a preview excerpt of the video this morning, and it looks really, really exciting. And for us, of course, yes, we're about contemporary art, we're about visual art, but it's always important that we kind of try and reach out to other kind of creative disciplines. So to get those guys involved has been really special.
Especially now, I think with the arts industry and the music industry, and I was watching television and it said something like 35,000 people are currently out of work across those sectors. And, it's so awful to see that in the government guidelines, there is nothing about those industries and how they're going to save them. There's no phases, there's no planned return or opening. So I think things like Eva International are so important because it's giving not just the artist a chance to perform again, but it's also giving us that go along to visualize and to go along to gigs. It gives us that taste of it again, because I think the one thing I've learned from this whole lockdown and COVID experience is how much people are missing live performances, gigs, like all these big, huge events that we all really miss and really need.
Yeah, it's so true, and it's also sort of it's really good to hear that, and you know we feel it too, and of course you know we're working with artists on a day-to-day basis, and for them you know opportunities like Eva are just really important in terms of
Yeah.
developing a career or sort of sustaining their artistic practice. And yeah, it's been really difficult. I mean, it continues to be really difficult to kind of think as an organization, as an arts organization, how you kind of move forward in a context that is still kind of ever changing. But from Eva's perspective, it was really important that despite the challenge of COVID, we really felt we had to do something, you know, albeit on a reduced scale, rather than kind of sort of suspend all activity and wait until the pandemic was over, like you know, like many organizations and many businesses have been forced to do. For us, we felt that there was like an ethics of trying to actually make something happen despite all of those challenges. As you say, not just for the artists involved, but also for audiences. And I have to say, also for us as an organization, like we've learned so much in the process of doing this. You know, we've learned so much about how we can do things differently, or you know some of the things that we have to be mindful of now in terms of how we manage our venues or
Yeah.
how we work with due care, you know, with people. So that learning experience in and of itself has been really useful, and I think it's going to sort of help us as we move forward into phase 2 and phase 3 next year.
Absolutely. Matt, for those who want to get involved with EVA International events taking place, where can we find you?
We're trying to put as much information up on our website as possible, which is eva.ie. So there you can download a visitor program that will allow you to, you know, see what's going on. It's got a list of all the venues, opening hours, that kind of stuff. We're also going to be streaming some video through the website as well for those that aren't able to attend in person. So I suggest heading to the eva.ie and take your bearings from there. But we also very much hope to see people in person. All the venues, 6 venues in total, will be open from tomorrow midday.
Super. As said, tomorrow being Culture Night, running until the 15th of November. Matt Packer of EVA International, thank you so much for chatting to us on the Limerick Post Show, and can't wait to see all that's going to be taking place over the next couple of months.
Thank you.